Assalamualaikum and good day to you, Doctor. So, we are from Group 2 from Section 6. We are going to present to you for the theme of this project, wastewater treatment in glove manufacturing, with the specific topic is Industrial Effluent Treatment System, or for the short form is IETS. So, our group member consists of me, Balqis binti Subir, Amani, Alia binti Nawi, Yaka, Aria, Mohamad bin Sugiyo, Mohamad Zarul, Zikry bin Jafry, Aiman bin Nazeri, and last but not least is Nazirul Nadzim bin Shahrol Nidzam. For introduction, so as the theme of this project is wastewater, so industrial wastewater contains suspended and colloidal and also organic particles. So this waste may release into sewer system only if no negative impact is brought to the waste water treatment and sewer system, because it will somehow affect the aquatic life in the sewer, like the plants and other organisms in the river itself. So the background of the study is for the current trends in the industrialized world have been to reduce or recycle such waste during the manufacturing process. So for this specific project is for the glove manufacturing. Some companies are already implement the IETS, which is to prior to release waste into the environment or reuse the wastewater itself for the benefit of the company. So next is the problem statement. So any organic and inorganic contaminants to water used in industrial operation must be controlled to conform to existing rules. So it strictly follow the rules. So before wastewater may be safely discharged to the land or into the body of water, or to use for plant in operation. So organic metals and other contaminants must be removed. So this is for safety of our environment. So objective for this project is to identify the concept of IETS and also to investigate the impact of IETS towards environment, and last but not least is justify the benefits of IETS towards environment. So next, the literature review will be presented by Ms. Amani. Thank you.
I will explain the next part, which is literature review. In this part, I will explain what is glove, then type of glove, and manufacturing of glove. Rubber glove is one that is made of natural or synthetic rubber. Rubber is a long-lasting, waterproof, and elastic material made from natural or synthetic latex. Rubber glove can be either unsupported, which is rubber only, or supported, which is rubber and other materials. Rubber coating of textile glove. Next, which is type of glove divided by two, which is latex glove and synthetic rubber. Latex glove are composed of organic rubber latex. Natural rubber latex is mixed with processing chemicals such as zinc oxide, sulfur, accelerator, pigment, stabilizer, and so on. While synthetic rubber divided by two parts, which is natural butyl rubber (NBR) or vintage rubber or PVC. NBR is a polymer used to make knitted glove, and the chemical bond can see in the slide. And the second part, which is PVC, which is the created solely from PVC monomer, and the chemical bond can see on the slide. There are each main step of glove manufacturing, which is cleaning process, gripping process, pre-leaching process, vulcanization process, post-leaching process, slurry, dipping, dripping out, and quality check.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Yaka and I will be explaining about the methodology. Wastewater in glove manufacturing. So generally it is called the Industrial Effluent Treatment System, which is the IETS. Okay, so glove manufacturing, they produces a lot of wastewater that is generally high in COD, BOD, and also the TSS. So this wastewater is potential in bring harmful risk to human, and also it is high in carcinogenic properties, endocrine disruptors, and also toxic to living beings. Okay, so the next one we will move on to wastewater treatment mechanism. Okay, so as we can see, there are about two sources of the wastewater from glove manufacturing. So the first one is the compounding effluent, and the second is the leaching tank effluent. So the compounding wastewater will go to the rubber trap with flocculant addition. So this one contain coagulant, and then will undergoes the process into holding tank, which is come to mixing tanks over here. Meanwhile, the leaching tank effluent will directly goes into the holding tank because they don't have the latex separation process. And then after that, they will go to the primary clarifier. Okay, and then the sludge that is wasting move to sludge drying bed and undergo filtrate recycle. So after the clarified version of the wastewater, it will go to the recycle tank, which is pumped to an aerobic fluidized bed. So it's over here. Later on, I will show the schematic drawing. Okay. So the next one will go to the generally the same process, but it's a bit different. Okay, the second version of the anaerobic fluidized bed. And lastly, it will go to the tube settler, and the excess sludge will go to the sludge filtrate cycle recycle. So the lastly, okay, the sand filter will produce the final discharge. So this is, as mentioned before, this is the schematic flow diagram of the effluent treatment. Okay, so this is the general version, not the very specific one. Okay, depending on the companies or the glove manufacturers itself. Okay, so this is the leaching, this is the compounding. Okay, so this one is the holding tank as mentioned before. This is the flocculant where it contains a coagulant. Okay, so this is the clarifier. This is the sludge wasting. Okay, this is the sludge drying bed. Okay, so this is an anaerobic fluidized bed. Okay, there are two steps or two processes, okay, that happen. And lastly, it will go to the sand filter that produces the final discharge. So lastly, okay, so the wastewater of the glove manufacturing is kept at around standard B or class B in the national water quality standards. So as you can see here, the ammonical nitrogen, the BOD, COD, the DO, which is the dissolved oxygen for the wastewater. Okay, so this is the general standards that the company or the glove manufacturers has to follow. So I think that's it for the methodology part. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Mohamad, Zarul, Zikry, Binti, Jafry. My matrix number is CF200185, and I will continue my part, which is discussion. Wastewater pollution defined as the release of the substances into subsurface groundwater or lake streams, rivers, estuaries, and oceans to the point where the substances interfere with beneficial water use or the natural functioning of ecosystem. The next is industrial wastewater. Is defined as water containing dissolved and suspended substances discharged from various industrial processes, such as water released during manufacturing, cleaning, and other commercial activities. Okay, I will continue the next part, which is impact of industrial effluent treatment system. In the short form is IETS. First one is rising population as result in increased demand for goods, resulting in rapid industrialization. Number 2, increase in industrial setups as result in an increased industrial waste pollution by pollution the water, air, and soil. Number 3, dumping waste into waste bodies of water can have disastrous environmental and health consequences if not properly treated and managed. The lastly is, it is absolutely necessary to obliterate its toxicity by adequate treatment with physical, chemical, and biological means so that it can be recycled for water conservation. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Nazeri with number metric DF200165. Actually, there are a lot of advantages of the IETS system. Firstly, it can reduce the wastewater release into the environment. So the IETS system is treated the wastewater as the amount of the waste discharged into the environment is greatly reduced as the result in a significant improvement in the environment health. It can also contribute the reduction of health risks associated with the contaminated environment by reducing the pollutant. So next, the regional wastewater treatment and effluent standard can be made and maintained, and also compliant can be continuously monitored. So the discharge from the industry allow to meet the standard water quality that have been guided by the DOE Malaysia or Department of Environment Malaysia in National River Water Quality Standard and River Water Quality Index document. Last but not least, the system is also can simplify wastewater disposal significantly, reduce costs as well. So the industry or the factories can save their money by reusing water in the industrial process and also reducing waste processing expenses. That's all from me.
My name is Nadzim in Nidzam. My matric number is CF200203. And before we end this video, let me share with you guys the conclusion of our project. So there will be 3 points from the conclusion part. And the first point is, objective of industrial wastewater treatment plants is to reduce the environment's impact of toxic produce discharged directly into the environment. For the second point is, in an industrial influence treatment system, treatment plants, organics, and nutrient removal occur concurrently through a combination of physical and biological process. And the last one is industrial influence treatment system in the industry benefit. First, it will give environment and human health will be not be harmed. And the second one, fish and animal populations will be protected. And the last one is the recycle and use for the industry own purpose. So that's all from me on the conclusion part. Thank you.